That was me in the intro. That was a pretty good kill, huh? Huh? I like that. I like making these intros. But you know what I like better? You know what I like to see? The little guy doing well. Now you've seen this guy before on the channel. His name is Mr. Paul. Yeah, from the Villain Clan. Shout out to you guys! And he is c'est parti in his Bat Chat 12T. And he's bottom tier. And yeah, Mr. Paul has been on this channel before, and every time I get a replay from this guy, I know why they call him Mr. Because this guy just knows how to play. There's some players that are just good, okay? A lot of us suck. I suck a lot. Sometimes I have good games. Sometimes I'm almost great. You know, very rarely am I great, and if I ever have a great game, I will be sure to show you. But, you know, I don't get a lot of those. And a lot of times I like to show you the stuff where people screw up, or I'm not very good, or, you know, the carry the stupids, or the pathetic games, or the funny games, or the assholes, right? But every now and then, you just get a game from a player who actually knows what he's doing, and you have to just watch and observe and try and learn from the best. And we're going to watch Mr. Paul here in his bottom tier. Tier 8 little light tank, which is not a very good tank. It's kind of a shitty little tank with no armor and a shitty little gun that does shitty little damage. And has he run away and sat in a bush far away in the south somewhere? No, he's trying to shoot the badger and he's missing because he's got the shitty little gun. He's moved right into the thick of things. He's moved into the thick of things, but he's not in the thick of things. He's going to try and just maneuver around here and support and be a pain in the ass in his little tiny tank with the little tiny gun that does almost no damage. So let's watch him. And this is all, don't try this yourself, guys. I know that almost all of us who, you know, borderline suck, when we're bottom tier in a little light tank, what would you have done in this game? What would I have done? Probably gone to the south, sat in a bush somewhere. See, look at that T-92, what, I can't, right in the bottom there, in the middle. Oh, that's the artillery, never mind, I don't know what. Well, those guys down in the southeast corner, you know, I probably would have went down there and just sat around and sat in the bush, say, oh, the enemy's going to be here sometime. I'll get a shot one of these days. Well, Mr. Paul, no. Mr. Paul is poking over these ridge lines. And he's not doing anything. He's not getting any damage. Look, well, he got one shot there, and he got two shots. He put himself at risk, and he's done a grand total of 300 damage. And you'd be thinking, so what's the point? Well, those two heavy tanks were busy looking at him, and his teammates here poked over this ridge line and got the real damage. Because Mr. Paul is being an annoying little light tank. He's turning the turrets. He's driving around and he's making those guys, they're probably looking at him going, oh, it's a little light tank, I can get some free damage. And they're stupidly aiming at him like this guy. Look, he's aiming at Mr. Paul. He's concentrating on Mr. Paul, right? And Mr. Paul has taken his two little shots and then scurried away. And hopefully his teammates, while this was going on, there you go. Well, I don't know if they shot him or the artillery. But anyways, his teammates, if they were smart, would be, you know, zoomed out and seeing, oh look, they're pointed at the stupid little light tank. Now's my chance to poke over this ridgeline and get some damage. So he is just confusing these enemies. Look, oh, and he's taking a hit now. And now he's got, oh, he bounced on the ass of a Russian tank because it's Russian. And he's just been an annoying little guy here the whole time, and he's the only one that survived. Everyone else is dead because, oh, and he's been stunned. For the first time, he's not stunned again. Or you know what time that would be if he was stunned again. But anyways, he's running away. After all that, I was going to say, if he had competent teammates while he was distracting and bobbing and weaving, if he had you know, good players, maybe a platoon that came with them with tanks with good gun depression, they would have annihilated those enemies. But Mr. Paul did all that work, and all his teammates are dead. And now he's got a couple of shots here. He's going to unload his clip and actually do some damage. And he's been spotted, so he's got to move. And is he going to move? He does not know which direction to move. He's kind of moving, but he just does not want to get hit, I think is what he's doing, and he's running away. There he goes. If he had, what I was trying to say before that flurry of activity happened was if he had good teammates, his work would have led to tons of, I would call it distraction damage. You don't get credit for that in the game, right? You get damage assist if you track people, or you get spotting damage, but he was in the thing. He wasn't spotting. Everyone was spotted. He wasn't tracking, but he was distracting them. He was distracting all of those enemies, and his teammates didn't take advantage of it, and now it's basically just it. But it's a close game, and he's not running away. He's heading back into the thick of things. He's heading to the north here, and I think he's counting on the fact that the enemies have moved away, so he's getting a different angle. And he's in this little tank, and he can get a different angle, and he's got a shot on that guy. Yeah, and he's spotted. He's got to move, but look at this. He's still... Oh, he hit at that tank. Okay, so I guess even Mr. Paul makes a few mistakes. But I always get a kick out of watching this guy. He sent me games. I haven't shown you all of them, or this could be the Mr. Paul feature channel, because almost every game he sends me is just incredible. And now look at this. This is nice. An artillery. 1, 2, 3. It's too bad he's got APCR loaded to waste on this artillery, but he's taking them out, which is important. And what's the score now? 11-11. This is a close game. And the bottom tier little light tank is still alive. The bottom tier little light tank that was in the thick of things. And it's all about, I mean, knowing the ridge lines, knowing where the enemies are, map awareness, knowing what angles can hit you, and this guy's got it all. Right? Like he just knows, and now he knows that he can get a shot from here, and he bounced, of course, because why not? Now he's got him up the ass, and 2 up the ass, and 3 up the ass, and he low rolled up the ass. Oh, that first bounce is he bounced on the side, and then he got 3 up the ass. And he's almost stunned again. And the artillery actually defended himself. Holy shit. Oh, and the artillery's dead. Now, those SPGs, those 2 guys down there, one of them's dead. The other one's probably going to be dead because you notice he's not moving. Well, just in case you didn't know, P stands for propelled, self-propelled gun. And usually when you're in an artillery and an enemy comes right, and there he is, he's dead. Let's watch him clip this guy. 1. And, oh, he does not have the gun elevation. Mr. Paul, what are you doing? 2 he's missed. He's got to make these shots count. Did that one hit? He is spotted. How could he be spotted and that guy not be spotted? He's in a light tank, remember? And he's going to make this shot count or he's dead. He's done the switcheroo. And let's do it. Oh, yeah. Je vois plus, which means I made you look like a Muppet in French. But I was just going to say, if you drive an SPG and the enemy comes right up to you, beside you, and you're spotted, even if you kill that enemy, don't you realize that you're spotted? Don't you realize that you are on the screen of all your enemies? They know where you are, especially the enemy SPGs. Don't you know that P stands for fucking propelled? Why don't you just propel yourself 50 feet so that the enemy SPG will miss you? Like, are they that clueless? They're so busy munching on a Twinkie, clicking from the other side of the map, game after game after game, that they don't even fucking know that when they get spotted, they should at least just move 10 feet. They don't even know that they could just propel themselves an inch and be safe. No, the 2 of them just sit there. I spotted. Oh no, he spotted me. I'm confused. Oh, I'm dead. I'll start another game. Like what? And here's the other guy. He hasn't propelled himself anywhere, and a fitting finish to have Mr. Paul kill the artillery for victory. P stands for propelled. Now look at this. He's got 2 medals there for killing artillery. tank sniper and top gun. Whoa, like one of them. Well, that's for killing 2 SPGs that are 2 tiers higher than you. That's a nice medal. And that's for killing 3 SPGs. Way to go. Look at this on top in his bottom tier light tank. And that's why they call him Mr. Paul. Didn't make many credits because he shot some APCR, but who gives a shit when you're bottom tier and you carry a game like that? Guys, you know, sometimes you just see a good player. Some players are just better than others. And that's why they call him Mr.